while the South recovers from a weather disaster, they have to recover from another disaster, which is the Biden-Harris response. Welcome to Doug in Exile. I'm Doug Tenapel. This is going to have some upset people on the ground in North Carolina and Tennessee, but I thought it was important to hear their voices.
I had to come outside of my house to make this video because my family they're traumatized right now, okay? In case you missed it, FEMA's got no money to help anybody in our country. FEMA, they're done. FEMA spent their money.
Here's Kamala Harris offering a pittance. FEMA is offering $750 per family.
And the federal relief and assistance that we have been providing has included FEMA providing $750 for folks who need immediate needs being met.
What's even worse about that $750 is it buys even less because of her inflation. Meanwhile, here's FEMA giving almost $1 billion in 2023 and 24 on housing illegal immigrants. That's right, $941 million that they could be spending on people on the ground instead of $750 a piece. One of the stories we're going to show, this is one of the survivors on the ground.
As a recent hurricane survivor, as somebody who's been without lights for 6 days, I am pissed off. The fact that I can hear Joe Biden say, we need American people to come together to help the recent hurricane survivors. We didn't have to come together when y'all sent $30 billion to the Ukraine.
Ukraine got their money, and here's Biden taking credit for Elon Musk sending his Starlink internet access. How dare this guy? And he's a shambling mess.
I've also directed the development of Starlink, deployment of Starlink satellites. 50 are in place right now. More are going to be put in place so people in places like Canton can call for help and reach the ones that love loved ones if they're not sure of anybody other than that phone because of no cell service.
All of those people would have had Starlink already if he didn't cancel the contract with Starlink to punish Elon Musk for buying X and bringing in free speech. That's right. They gave the bid to another group that has not put in one internet area. They were supposed to help rural communities get connected. Margie Taylor Greene talked about this 2 weeks ago. This is a Biden disaster.
When the first emergency declarations came down, there was only 11 counties in that. A lot of people were outraged, including me, because there was such devastation in up to 90 counties. So we called the White House. We spoke to the president's chief of staff, the FEMA administrator, and said, look, you're sending the signal that you're not paying attention to some of these rural communities.
Here's Megyn Kelly.
The entire devastation and destruction of communities. Kamala Harris attended an LA fundraiser. This tweet goes out from Matt Visor. Kamala Harris is at an LA fundraiser with Stevie Wonder, Keegan-Michael Key, Sterling Brown, Demi Lovato, Jessica Alba, Lily Tomlin, Alanis Morissette, and Holly Bailey performing Menu, duck egg roll, goat cheese honey blueberry ball, beef Wellington, lobster roll, and crab cakes. This was September 29th at 7:48 p.m. The devastation was ongoing, Victor. How dare she?
And Vice President Harris was hosting political fundraisers on the West Coast. Is there a reason that they could not be here?
The president did exactly what a president in this moment needs to do, which is directing his team to take action.
I'm sure they're just following his orders. I'm sure he's coming up with some really good ideas. There's another person on the ground who says there is no government help, no FEMA help reaching the people that need it.
Do you think the government is doing enough?
Honestly, I don't know how you did not have a formal press conference or something from either President Biden or Kamala Harris. I mean, how do you not say anything for 4 days? They've been stranded for 4 days, and this is the first we've heard from them at all. FEMA is not on the ground there at all. They are not in these cities, not in these towns, and not in these villages.
Does your relative have food? Does she have water? Does she have the medication she needs?
They have a minimal amount of water. They have a minimal amount of food. They were able to get slightly down the mountain to get a little bit of gas, but they haven't been able to cut their way out yet.
When you say cut their way out, what do you mean?
There's trees down. You have to have chainsaws out there to get the trees out of the roads, and that is if the mudslides didn't take the roads out completely.
Thank you.
Anyone here for prescription
soak. They have showers outside of Walmart on Airport Road.
I can not even tell you how many families, even here outside of Charlotte, that are looking for their loved ones up in that area. No one knows anything.
No one knows anything. This is weird because a disaster is bad already, right? And we pray for the victims of this weather event. But it's made worse by a feckless leadership of Biden and Harris, and by this. You know what I think of Alejandro Mayorkas? I don't like this guy. Here he is telling the people that if they think they're not getting help, they're wrong.
The federal government is not doing enough to help. Where are they? Where is the help? What is your message to those people?
I would say the following, that we are there and we will continue to be there.
Here's two stories, two victims of people that are not seeing the help that he's claiming is coming.
Because if you don't know, we have not heard from my aunt since Friday because of Hurricane Helene. And there is no government aid. None. Zero. Zilch. There's a few, but it's small government offices mainly run by civilians. Because you want to know what's happening right now in North Carolina and Tennessee? There are entire towns that there is no way in or out. Those roads are not drivable.
It's because we have no power. We have no running water. But I'm just so pissed off that I've got to make this clear. We got a notification from TEMA. I'm guessing that's FEMA for Tennessee. I'm not exactly sure. I think it's supposed to be the disaster relief people.
Yeah, they're not getting any help from the actual disaster relief people, but the government is doing part of its job. Look, here's the New York Post. Helicopter pilot threatened with arrest after flying rescue missions in flood-ravaged North Carolina. These are citizens doing their own runs, but FEMA wants to control and divvy out help and aid according to diversity rules. That's one of the FEMA's priorities. That is, they're going to give it to diversity, equity, and inclusion people, and not the people that need it. And they are furious.
They were like, "Do not donate your time. We don't want you to donate time unless we ask for you, and we don't want you to donate stuff to other people. You need to just donate money and stuff to us and get your instructions from us and listen to us." What? And then they said yesterday, we don't go into areas that the roads are not easily accessible. What? You are the disaster relief people. Like, that is your job, to go into the areas that are hit by disaster and provide relief. Not to just go to the easy area and sit and wait for the people that are in the disaster area to be able to come to you. The roads that we do have were cleared by the locals, and you have to have trucks and stuff to be able to get through there. Like, it's just beyond me. So, and you have us all messed up. If you think you're going to come here and bark orders at us and then expect the people just to give you the money and us trust that you're going to try to take care of us when you don't go into areas that are not easily accessible. What? Like, this is Cobb County, girl. So donate to our local churches, because they will make sure that the people that are need it will get it. And you need to just, while we appreciate what help you're trying to provide, I don't think you understood the assignment, because it's not to just go to one location in hopes that the people in the disaster area can make it to you. So just sit back and watch, and we'll show you how it's done, but we're not going to stop. So please and thank you. This is true for all of us in this country. We're going to have to stop relying on the government to save us, because they are not going to help. They do not care. In fact, they're just going to go, sorry. They're going to send out some guy like Mayorkas saying, "I'm sorry at your loss." That's the country we live in. That's why the American patriots, we've got this. We'll take care of it. Tired of blaming the government, tired of waiting for the government, tired of dealing with the government's rules. Do not care what you guys think anymore. The country is the Americans' country. We're going to have to take care of this. I'm Doug in exile.